Hey y'all, I'm Emily and welcome back to Bama Based, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. Today is another garden tour and a lot has happened, so tag along. So coming into the backyard, I just want to show off the wonderful window boxes that my hubby built for me. Nothing's planted yet. That will be the weekend project. But let me swing you around and show you some of the tulips that have popped up. Have little blooms about to come up. And then this was a daylily that we moved from the other flower bed, and some of those mystery bulbs that I found when I was transplanting those daisies. And Mr. Harley has the zoomies. So as we come over here, this is the in-ground bed that has had the most change recently. I did just I did just plant some of the bulbs that my daughter Hannah picked up from the tulip farm that's local to our area. So those have been planted. And then lamb's ear has been moved. But y'all, look at the daisies. I grew those from seed. And they are loving their spots. My hosta right there has finally broken dormancy. And my August Beauty gardenia looks like it's doing all right. But the hellebore and all the daylilies and canna lilies back there are looking nice and lush and green. I'm beginning to love this spot. I know in just a matter of a few short weeks, it's going to be crammed full of color and beauty. So this is my in-ground bed. I would say it's roughly 16 by 4, give or take a little bit. And this is all the different varieties of garlic that I planted. I'm gonna have to go back and look at one of the videos I did on it to determine which ones they are. But it looks like I've had great growth on all of them. And y'all, let me zoom in. That is a random carrot in between my garlic. The wind must have just taken it down to this area. And then that right there is, I believe, my chamomile that's coming back. But I did just recently, this past weekend, pull up all of my brassicas because I'm dealing with pests. And y'all, they're still on this remaining cabbage that I have. So it's just one of those years. But pulling up all the brassicas will just make room for new and things for spring. Y'all, look at those pests. That is crazy. I think I'm gonna have to just take those out too. All right, here's the 2 pots. So this pot, for whatever reason, the tulips just are not liking it. But check out this side. Now, some of the tulips have already spent. They were beautiful just for that short period of time. And check out the new growth on my hydrangea. I was worried about this because I got it as pretty much a bare root. It only had like maybe half an inch sticking out of the soil last year, and I just wasn't very hopeful. And now it's putting on a good show. So let's go into the greenhouse and let's check on the seedlings. So y'all check out, oh, come on, Harley. So check out the potatoes I have in here, y'all. I am so happy that I have potatoes growing at the end of March, beginning of April. This just makes me so happy. And y'all, these potatoes just chitted in my pantry, and I think they came from like Sam's or Costco. And then some of them were leftover seed potatoes from my first round last spring. Love it. So coming over here, I have my coleus, the rainbow mix, and the dragon black dragon coleus. All the daisies that I started from seed, doing great. And then y'all, check out my tomatoes. Here's the Romas, Giant Belgium, Abe Lincoln, Brad's Atomic Grape. I didn't have any germination on my Berries Crazy Cherry. It makes me wonder if I just forgot to plant it. One Homestead, San Marzano, y'all, I can never pronounce that word. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try. Dr. Witchies, and my Tomatillos. And then this one is my California Wonder Bell Pepper. I'm not going to grow as many peppers this year because I had a huge bumper crop last spring. This one I'm excited about. This is the mystery tomato that my neighbor Craig picked up from our local farmer's market. And he said it was the best tasting tomato he had ever eaten. And he saved a seed. And I have great germination on that one. Y'all, that's supposed to be the sweet orange watermelon. And that doesn't quite look like, that doesn't quite look like a watermelon seedling to me. So I'm not sure. But y'all, the Mexican gherkins, doing great. And my Kajari melons, so healthy. And then he gave me a mystery seed here. And then I've already moved out my squash, and then I have some onions. And then scrolling over here, I have all the perennials, and I just need to up pot them and definitely get them fertilized. But I'm loving the lupins and the comfrey. But y'all, the purple, the Echinacea purpurea did excellent. So let's go check out the other side of the greenhouse. Alrighty, so here's the gardenia that I moved from the front yard back here, and it's liking this spot a lot better. And I have my garlic popping up in these new beds and the little squash. And this is the project for this coming weekend, is to fill this new 12 by 2 by 1 bed with some topsoil, good compost, and get this baby planted. I'm so excited. I'm gonna close this gate. So in the next bed over here, this is also new this year, I have more garlic and strawberries planted. And then y'all, I just forgot that I planted squash right there. With a few strawberries that I think were still viable are still green, so we'll see. These strawberries that I have from M.I. Gardener are not, they haven't been delivered yet, so those are slotted for the green stock. So this pot you're looking at is the perennials that I picked up from the Morgan County Master Gardeners Association plant sale last year. And y'all, this is beautiful. So pretty. My mint pots are finally coming to life. And more garlic. So scrolling over, we have another gardenia that is, I think, trying to make a recovery. My carrot pots that are full of ants. And nothing's popping out of the soil yet, but that's not surprising to me because I just planted the potatoes just a few days ago. Oh, look, one lone carrot. So this is exciting to me because I know in just a few short weeks, all the flowers are going to be in bloom and I'm going to be so busy. All right, so let's go check out the sides and the front of the house. All right, so a lot has happened. Oh, Harley, you're okay. So the hyacinths are still in their glory, but y'all check out the hostas. Harley, you're okay, honey. I'm starting to see some fruit forming on the blueberries. That's exciting. More hostas. That's the new blueberry bush I planted. I just love this area. Daylilies over here, the canna lilies. More hyacinths. And this bush right here is the Encore azalea. Here's another Encore azalea, and y'all check out all the buds. This area I'm going to plant a lot more daisies. There's another azalea. Ooh, the wind's picking up, y'all. And here's the gardenia. I think it just gets way too hot in the black pot and just sitting on the concrete. So I'm not sure if gardenias are gonna make it. I might just have to start over. Are y'all ready for some beauty? Check out the tulips. Every time I pull up into the driveway, it puts a smile on my face. Y'all, I'm gonna get a bloom this year on my iris. Yay! Gardenias in the back are doing great. I have early and mid blooming tulips in here. So I have some that are just forming and then some that are going out. But y'all, these tulips are just beautiful. And y'all look, my first daisies of the season. Love them. So pretty. Here's a begonia that I kept inside over winter. And then here's an update on the those weeds. I used the sedge ender and it looks like it is slowly working. But the Bermuda grass, y'all, is making a comeback in this bed. Now I do think the sedge ender took a toll on my daisies, but there is some green growth in the middle, so I'm hoping it's gonna pull through. But it looks like maybe those weeds are gonna go. All right, here's one of the stilbies we planted. They're starting to come up. The hostas are loving it over here. The oregano. Alrighty, y'all, so that was another garden tour. I'm so happy with the progress of the garden. It makes me very happy. And whew, my hair's wind blown down. But yeah, a lot of growth already, and it's today 70s in late March, beginning of April. So thanks for tagging along and sharing in my excitement of the garden. And until next time, y'all, I'm Emily from Bama Base, where I find peace in my garden and joy in my kitchen. Bye, y'all.